What's poppin', guys? It's your boy, JayThat'sMe. Alright, let's get into this very boring episode of AEW Dynamite for May the 31st, 2023. This was a lackluster show, man. This was a lackluster show. I was bored for most of this. I really was. They didn't even try in this one. Tony Khan didn't even try. So we kicked the show off with the Blackpool Combat Club versus the Lucha Bros and Bandito. This was an okay, decent little match here and there. I enjoyed it. It was hard-hitting as usual because of the Blackpool Combat Club. Also, Bryan Danielson, he was on commentary. Wheeler Yuta got the win for the BCC, and he wins via the seatbelt pin or whatever. I hate it. Ugh. So post match, Danielson, he talked about how he's proud of Wheeler Yuta, and he goes down to the ring to shake his hand. So I mean, this is fine. Again, I wish they would have gave a promo after the match, explaining that they're still not done with the Elite, just to further the storyline. But, it was a good little match to kick off the show, if I'm being honest with you guys, which I always am. Next, Alex Marvez, he's backstage with the Elite. So Matt Jackson says that he once told Hangman he brings the best out of them, but the Blackpool Combat Club bring out the absolute worst in them. He never thought he'd try to melt the face off of a man with an explosive sneaker. But here we are. Nick Jackson then says, no setback can keep them down. Adam Page says, they're still standing and swinging. And then in come Dark Order. So they want to catch up with Hangman later. And then I think it was Evil Uno who mentioned that Hangman's found some new friends and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Adam Page says Kenny Omega is hurt, pissed off, and left out of the country. And out of the country, but he's not in Canada. And I was just like, this makes no damn sense. Why is Dark Order? Why in the hell are they still employed? These guys suck. Get them off of television. They've already lost 2 members. Alan Angels is in Impact, doing shitty stuff with the design. That shitty faction. And I think Stu Grayson is doing something else as well. I think he might be in Ring of Honor or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, get rid of the faction. And we know that Preston Vance, he's doing stuff with... he's with Rucher's faction. Los Tenebris, whatever they're called. I didn't mean to butcher the name, but you know what I mean. But get Dark Order off television. Please get rid of them, Tony Khan. Get rid of them. They have no value. Seriously, they have no value. Oh, my God. Next, moving on. So, Tony Schiavone, he's in the ring with Bullet Club Gold. So, Jay White and Juice Robinson, they put their arms around Tony Schiavone for the duration. So, Jay White talks at Double or Nothing and says Ricky Starks thinks that he's on top of the world right now after eliminating both of them. But Ricky isn't the international champion. So Juice Robinson, he addresses FTR saying Bullet Club Gold wants to know why Dax and Cash saved Ricky Starks. It doesn't make sense. They're not friends because Ricky ain't got no friends. And I literally wanted to kick my television in half. I wanted to kick it. I wanted to break it. Juice Robinson fucking sucks. Get him off television, please. He sucks. My God. That dude is mad boring. Seriously. Ugh. Juice Robinson says FTR are slow and look dumb too. And he didn't actually think they were dumb enough to get involved in the big Bang Bang gang's business. So FTR, they come out. So Juice claims they're here to apologize, and Jay does one better, saying they must want to join Bullet Club Gold. All they have to do is ask. They just better do it politely. So Jay White accidentally drops the mic, handing it to Harwood, and then a brawl breaks out. So Switchblade, he hits the Blade Runner on Wheeler, and Ricky Starks makes the save. He gets on the mic. He challenges Jay White for next week to finish this. He calls him a punk-ass bitch. Or something to that effect. I know he called him a bitch. Again, who cares? I feel bad for Ricky Starks. I feel bad for Jay White. Again, Jay White should have been an Impact, or he should have went with WWE. Seriously. Bet on yourself. Who cares if Vince McMahon is there or running the show remotely? Who cares? There's stuff that Jay White could have done in WWE. Like, why does he have to be tied to the hip of one of the worst wrestlers in the world, that being Juice Robinson? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I really don't. This is absolutely mind-boggling to me. I feel so bad for Jay White. So bad for Ricky Starks. So then we get Tony Khan's major announcement. So Tony Khan standing by for his next announcement, big announcement about AEW Collision. Tony Khan says they made a few announcements about Collision, and he's here tonight to give us a little more information. He announces that AEW Collision will feature CM Punk. And there is a mixed reaction in this. There's some boos and there's some cheers. So it seems like they're 50-50. Again, we know that CM Punk is going to do well in Chicago. It's his hometown. He's always going to do well there. They're going to show him regardless. That's not the point. The point is, after they leave Chicago and they go into a different city and state, what reaction is he going to get? Is he going to get a mixed reaction? If that's the case, go ahead and make the man heel. CM Punk needs to be heel in this second run. He needs to be heel. And CM Punk should be back just for feuds. He should feud with Kenny Omega. CM Punk and FTR should feud with the Elite. He should have a feud with Chris Jericho and a feud with MJF. Once those feuds have concluded, CM Punk does not need to be on television. You need to put him in a backstage role or maybe in like a general manager-like role. But CM Punk, in terms of wrestling, no. He can do anything else. He could be a backstage producer. He could be the general manager of maybe Collision or Ring of Honor or what have you, something like that. I don't know. But CM Punk just needs to be back for a feud with MJF, a feud with Chris Jericho, a feud with Kenny Omega, and a feud with the Elite. And that is it. Once he's done those feuds, he needs to do something else. That's just me. And I'm just being 1,000% honest. The man is injury prone. He's very injury prone. And that's not good. Plus, he's getting up there in age. He's in his 40s. He's in his mid-40s. He's 43. That's what I would do. If I'm Tony Khan with CM Punk, that's what I would do. I would let him get all his feuds in. That's it. Once he's done with his feuds, we need to put him in either like a backstage producer role of some sort. Make him a general manager of some sort if he wants to be on screen, which I'm fine with. Something like that. But as far as getting into the ring and having matches and stuff, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. No. Moving on. Next, we had W. Morrison. I refuse to call him Big Bill. It was a triple threat match. W. Morrissey versus Swerve Strickland versus Trent Beretta in a nonsensical, who gives a shit triple threat match. Like, this doesn't make any sense. So in the end, Swerve gets the win with a crucifix pin on Trent Beretta. Makes sense, but I feel bad for my boy W. Morrissey. W. Morrissey is getting the shit end of the stick. Big time. So we get a video package for Chris Statlander's return to become the new AEW TBS champion. Okay, cool. Who cares? Hopefully she can keep it for a while. Hope she does not get injured. And I'm being serious in that too, because she is injury prone beyond belief. Excuse me. So Renee Paquette, she interviews the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass on the stage. So Billy Gunn says things didn't go quite as they planned, but that's okay because anybody can get beat at any given time. His regret comes from letting the two guys he cares most about down. Max Caster tells him not to blame himself because they win as a team and they lose as a team. Anthony Bowen says they got screwed out of tag team gold, but they want gold back. And he puts over Billy Gunn's 30-year career and says Billy Gunn deserves to hold gold one more time. They love Billy and everyone loves the Acclaimed. So I like that. That makes sense. Kind of a good sentimental story that we've got going on, basically. I mean, they could give the trios titles to the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass. That would actually make a lot of sense, you know, to make the fans happy. That's what I really would do. I would have the Acclaim beat the House of Black and have the House of Black actually be on Dynamite. That's what I would do. That makes the most sense because really and truthfully, I'd much rather see the House of Black on Dynamite versus on Collision. Again, I said this before about Collision. It's cool that they're doing that. It's cool that Warner Brothers Discovery has given AEW the nod for another show. But the thing about it is, it's going to be on Saturdays. That is not good. Pro wrestling is not going to draw on Saturdays. This is not the 1990s. This is not the early 2000s. This is not it. That era of wrestling is over and done with. Again, the weekend should be about going out. Most people are going to go out on the weekends, especially on Saturday nights, because Friday nights, especially in the fall, you've got to compete with high school football games, college football games, and stuff like that. But on Saturdays, you got all types of sports going on. You got people going out to the bar, people going out to the club, people just hanging out just to hang out. And nobody's going to be watching wrestling. Nobody's going to watch that. AEW Collision is going to suffer tremendously in the ratings every single week. It's going to suffer. They may do good their first couple of shows. And when I say good, they may do like maybe 400,000, 500,000. But after that, after those first 2 weeks of the show, it's going to drastically dwindle down. You're going to start seeing like 250, maybe 275, maybe 220, maybe 200. It's going to be real astronomical low numbers on the weekends. And especially, you imagine it going up against like a UFC pay-per-view or a WWE pay-per-view or like an NBA final game or NFL or the NBA or tennis or or hockey or something like that. It doesn't matter the sport, man. Saturday is just not good for pro wrestling. It's not. Saturday should be used strictly for pay-per-views. That's really what it should be used for. I'm being honest. But, it is what it is. What's done is done. But I'm telling you, right now, they are going to lose in the ratings. It's a no-brainer. They're going to lose in the ratings every single time. And ratings do matter. Don't come at me with that bullshit. Oh, ratings don't matter. Yes, they do. Ratings matter all the time. Because when they start to lose money and stuff like that, they're gonna pull back. And they're gonna say, "Hey, look, if you guys don't straighten up, we might pull the plug on Collision." Moving on. Sorry about that little rant. So Tony Schiavone, he's in the. I'm about to say Tony Khan, but Schiavone, yeah, Tony Schiavone. He's in the ring with what he calls the human piece of garbage, Don Callis and Tenosuke Takeshita. So they come out to the ring. So Callis, he gets on the mic, and the boos are like Dominic Mysterio type of boos. Hopefully that continues. So Don Callis sincerely hopes that the boos are for Kenny Omega because he's the real victim here. He claims all of Omega's success has been because of him. Every morning he has to look at the scar on it in his head, and he blames Kenny Omega for it. He says Kenny destroyed his family, and maybe he lost a nephew, but he gained a son. So he says all this while he points to Tenosuke Takeshita. He says Tenosuke is the best athlete he's ever met, better than Razan, better than Antonio Inoki, rest in peace, Akira Ameda, better than Keiju, I can't pronounce the names. And then he also mentioned Okada as well. So he's mentioning like a bunch of legends and stuff, a bunch of modern guys as well too. No, he's not better than any of those guys. Antonio Inoki was an absolute legend. A legend for sure. Same thing with everybody else. Okada's decent. Okada's solid. He's solid. He's like the John Cena of New Japan. He's the John Cena of New Japan. Come on, man. No. He also mentioned, and he says, and of course, better than Kenny Omega. So, Tenosuke Takeshita gets on the mic, cuts the promo in Japanese before saying in English that they'll destroy the Elite and they will destroy Kenny Omega. Don says he's going to build a new family and cut the Elite out of AEW. Again, this is an okay promo, but it doesn't explain anything. It doesn't explain why you turned on Kenny Omega in the first place. It gives us no explanation as to why you did it. There is no explanation. It's just, well, I got scars in my head. Okay, what was the reason why you turned on Omega? Give us an actual reason. Give us an explanation. This is nonsense. And Takeshita should have never cut a promo at all, period. Don Callis should have done all the talking. All the talking. His English is not good. And I'm not trying to be mean, but it's the truth. He's almost on the same level as Nakamura. And if Nakamura was in AEW, he would be tremendously over. That's just facts. He would be tremendously over in AEW. Just saying. So we get a video package of Arn Anderson, Double A, talking with Wardlow about his victory and how biting the giant lizard's thumb, a.k.a. Luchasaurus, was no big deal. Mr. Mayhem says there's no limits to how far they go, and if Luchasaurus wants next, he'll be happy to finish the job. Okay, cool. That's fine. We probably will get Wardlow versus Luchasaurus soon anyway. Oh boy, that should be exciting. Am I right? No, not really. So we get Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy. Oh boy, I feel bad for Darby Allin. versus Gates of Agony, that being Bishop Khan and Towalina, who cares? Darby and Orange Cassidy, they get the win. It's not important. Darby wins with the coffin drop. Post-match, Swerve's boys, they come out next. I forgot what they're called. Swerve and the Affiliates. I can't remember. So Swerve comes out. Brian Cage and Prince Nana, they approach the ring. So Sting, he comes out. He makes the save. Everybody pops. Whoop-de-doo. This is cool, but, is what it is. I'm hoping that they're going to book Sting versus MJF at Wembley. I think they probably will. I think that would be great to give Sting a massive retirement match and to have MJF to defeat Sting. That would be monumental. That would be great. That would get him massively over. And I think that would be able to draw a lot of people out. I think that would do well. I think that would do very, very well. Very, very well. And I hope that's what they go for Wembley. I think, and you know what? That could main event. I'm not gonna hold you guys up. That could main event. I would love to see that. Sting versus MJF. Oh man, on the mic, that would be tremendous. Both guys. Well, Sting is an absolute legend on the mic, and MJF is really good on the mic too. So the promo battles that these guys would have would be tremendous. And MJF would stell for Sting very well. He would. So yeah, hopefully that's what we get at Wembley. Hopefully we get Sting versus MJF for the AEW title at Wembley. I think that would be tremendous. And that's something that I really want to see. I'm not going to hold you guys up. This pissed me off because MJF was not on the show at all. We had a backstage video package about how Darby Allin... Well, no. MJF, he gets a video package promo about how Darby Allin losing to a headlock again is proof of what kind of competition he has, and we're running out of people. And nobody is on the level of the devil. And MJF said this after Double or Nothing. So this doesn't make any sense at all. Again, MJF should have been on the show to cut a promo. He should have been. He should have been there. Come on, do better, Tony Khan. Do better. Like MJF's not Roman Reigns, dude. You're not Roman Reigns, dog. You're not him. You're not Roman Reigns, bro. So Tony Schiavone, he's in the ring again. This is like his third time doing this. So Hook comes out, interrupts him with his entrance. He's about to go on the mic. He's interrupted by La Falcon, Los Tenabros. They make their entrance. So Jose, the assistant, talks about how they only get TV time by interrupting like this and puts Roosh over as too dangerous to be here before Drylistico and Preston Vance attack Hook. So Jungle Boy comes out, making the save with a steel chair. He looks like he's about to hit Hook. And then Jose eats a suplex from Hook. So this is okay. I really hope that they turn Jungle Boy heel. He needs it. He's not over as a babyface. He's only over in theme song, and that's it, if we're being honest. And I do think that having him turn heel would do wonders for him. Because Jungle Boy has been kind of stagnant. If we're being honest, he's been stagnant. And I do think that a heel character would be great for him. You can make him into like a low-key Raven or what have you, if you wanted to. I've heard people talk about that online. And I do agree with that. But Jungle Boy being a face and all that, no. It's time for him to be a heel. It really is. And I think Jungle Boy could pull off being a heel. He can. Moving on. So, Renee Paquette, she was backstage with the Outcast. So Tony Storm says she's done what what it takes to get here, but nobody in that locker room is good enough to carry her bags. Ruby Soho says nobody can touch her work ethic, so it's moving. Tony says she's going to defend the title like a fighting champion, but Saraya questions if there's anybody good enough. Tony says she'll keep a lookout, and that was it. Then this leads us into Chris Statlander versus Nyla Rose for the AEW TBS Championship. Chris Statlander wins via the 450 splash. Who cares? And no, Jade Cargill was in sight. So I'm guessing Jade Cargill is going to take time off. She'll be back probably in the next couple months. She might be back at Wembley. Who knows? Because she has to get her rematch, right? And then when she loses her rematch to Chris Statlander, she needs to go ahead and be inserted into the AEW Women's Championship picture. Let's just be honest here. That title needs mainstream appeal. And Jade Cargill is the only athlete that they have that can do that. Just being honest. Alrighty. And then the Tony Storm, the Outcast promo, that was okay as well. But who really cares about them? Ugh. Main event. Mixed tag. It was mixed tag team action. The couple of Adam Cole and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus Chris Jericho and Saraya. So Adam Cole gets the win here via the boom. And this was boring. It really was. The match itself was good, obviously, but it was boring. There was no run. I mean, there were a couple run-ins. So Hikaru Shida, she came out to beat down the Outcast, that being Ruby Soho and Tony Storm, because they came out. I'm shocked that the JAS didn't come out at all to help Chris Jericho. I think they may have been banned from ringside. I don't know. But who cares? So Adam Cole gets the win, like I say, via the boom. Adam Cole and Britt Baker, they kiss each other real quick, like a real 5-second type of kiss, and that was it. And then they celebrate, and then we go off the show. That was it. It was boring. That was absolutely boring. Again, this show gave me Monday Night Raw vibes, meaning they didn't do anything. They didn't try anything. It was just, hey, let's just put out a show. I don't know. You had, 3 days to get something together, and this is what you came up with. I don't know. You gotta do better, Tony Khan. You gotta do better. But on that note, thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think of the show? This show could have been a lot better, but what did you guys think? So please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment down below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.